Yo, what's good guys? I know it's been a while, but I'm back here with another video, and today I'm going to be telling you how Tyler the Creator made WILSHIRE. Alright, let's get into it. Actually, before I start this video, I want to tell everyone that I have a brand new drum kit that's out right now, and it has every single drum sound from Call Me If You Get Lost. So if you're interested in making songs like Tyler the Creator, or if you want to make your own remakes, I suggest you go check that out. Link is in the description. Alright, now let's get into it. So at the beginning of the track, it starts out with just these drums. Here's how they sound. So here's what the drum sounded like when I started out in MIDI. Alright, so what I did to give it more of a realistic drum sound was I actually randomized the velocity. So in Ableton, there's this cool thing where if you hold Control or Command and drag down on a sound, you can see there, let me make it bigger. So on any sound, you can drag down this bar and that will give a range of velocity that it chooses. And when you're playing a real drum set, you're not going to get the same loudness every time. So what I did, mainly for the hi-hats, but you can do this for the other drum sounds too, is like I adjusted the velocity. So every time it hits, it's a different velocity and therefore a different volume. So it just makes it sound much more realistic and like just better in general. So what I did after I made the drums in MIDI is I exported it into audio and I cut out some of the lows because this wasn't a very punchy drum loop, and I lowered the pitch by 3 semitones because in the original song it's also pitched down. So yeah, that's how I went from this to this. And on top of that, I just lowered the high end and I put some compression on it. The next thing in the intro is this sub bass sound, which just sounds like this. And I have this side chain to the kick from the drum loop, just so it doesn't hog up all of the low end. So together, the intro sounds like this. Alright, so the next thing in the song are the chords. So for the chords, I used Lounge Lizard, and I used the 80s Rhodes 2 preset. I think it sounds very similar to the actual song. Of course, Tyler probably used like a real Rhodes, but I don't have access to that, and most people don't. So Lounge Lizard is a great plugin to use if you want to have that nice Rhodes sound. So here's how the chords sound. Alright, and here are the chords. And again, I applied the same technique that I did with the drums to the chords to give it a more realistic and human feel to it. I adjusted the velocity randomization, so every time the chords play, and each note will also have a different velocity. So it just sounds like someone's actually playing it and not just like a computer-generated loop. And on top of that, I didn't really add many effects. The sound was good off the bat. I just added some EQ, cut off the lows, so it didn't clash with the bass. And then underneath that, I added another sub bass. Same thing as the last one. You've seen me make sub basses in my Frank Ocean video. So onto the bass. So now for the Pluck bass sound, I used Keyscape, and I used the Rhodes piano bass sound. I think it sounded quite accurate. Here's how it sounds. Alright, and on this one, I made sure to keep the velocity quite low. I didn't randomize it because it With the bass, you don't really need to randomize it, or at least with this kind of bass, I felt it didn't really need to be randomized. I just kept it on a low velocity just so it could have kind of more of a muted tone, because I didn't want it to like be too harsh. So I didn't really add any effects to that. It was good to go. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And that loops for 9 minutes. So altogether, should sound like this. Alright, that's enough of me showing it here. If you want to hear the full instrumental, go look at my last video. It's also going to be in the cards. So yeah, go check that out. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching that video. I apologize for not uploading a remake or a tutorial for about 2 months. I hope that I can start uploading weekly. I'm going to be uploading an instrumental 1 week, and then I'm going to be uploading a video on how I made that instrumental the next week. So that's the new schedule. Promise I'll try stick to it. And yeah, thanks again for watching. If you liked it, please leave a like. If you really liked it, please subscribe. And yeah, peace.